Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of sound. Samsung Sound, to be exact. If you've ever sat down for movie night and thought, my TV looks incredible, but the sound just isn't doing it justice, this video is for you. Samsung has built some of the most powerful and innovative soundbars in the game, and today, we're counting down the 7 best Samsung soundbars you can buy right now. Starting at number 7, we've got the Samsung HWS 800B. Now this one is all about solving a very specific problem. What if your TV sits low on its stand and you just don't have room for a big chunky soundbar? The S800B slides in with an ultra-slim design that's barely taller than a deck of cards, but somehow still manages to punch out true 3.1.2 channel Dolby Atmos. And that's the shocker here. Despite being so tiny, it actually delivers really convincing height effects. Overhead sounds like planes or explosions really feel like they're coming from above, and the included compact subwoofer adds just enough rumble to keep movies exciting. Of course, size does come with trade-offs. The mid-range can feel a little thin in busy action scenes, and you don't get HDMI pass-through or EARC, only a mini HDMI input. So it's not for people who want absolute fidelity from 4K Blu-rays. But if your space demands something minimal, this soundbar is unbeatable. It's stylish, it's discreet, and it still sounds way bigger than it looks. At number 6, we've got one of the most unusual designs Samsung has ever made, the HWQS700F. This soundbar is basically a chameleon. You can set it flat under your TV like normal, or mount it on the wall, and the system literally reconfigures its speakers depending on the orientation. That means the up-firing drivers can flip roles when you change positions, and the built-in sensors automatically optimize the output. This flexibility alone sets it apart, but thankfully it doesn't sacrifice sound to pull off the trick. The QS700F still delivers punchy 3.1.2 Dolby Atmos with a compact subwoofer that feels far bigger than its size suggests. Movies have a great sense of depth, and even music sounds balanced with nice stereo separation. Now, it does have its quirks. Dialogue can sound a little muffled in certain setups, and while it supports Atmos and DTS:X, you don't get true surround channels unless you add optional rears. Still, for the price, the versatility here is wild. Whether you want it wall-mounted or on a stand, the QS700F adapts, and that's not something you see every day in the soundbar world. Number 5 brings us to the Samsung HWS 800D, which is essentially Samsung's answer to people who want slim design without giving up on features. This one keeps the same ultra-low profile as the S800B, but packs in upgrades like SpaceFit Sound Pro for room calibration, wireless Dolby Atmos, and Samsung's signature Q-Symphony mode that pairs perfectly with Samsung TVs. Performance-wise, it's impressive for a soundbar this thin. You're getting 3.1.2 channel Atmos with a wireless sub, so there's real bass punch alongside the crisp voices and overhead effects. Watching a movie, the dialogue clarity stands out. Even at low volume, voices remain sharp thanks to adaptive sound and active voice analyzer. The trade-off? Like the S800B, you don't get that giant wall-shaking power of Samsung's flagship models, and if you're used to a chunky cinematic system, this will feel more compact. But for apartments or sleek setups where you don't want gear dominating your room, the S800D is a gorgeous balance of design and sound. At number 4, we step into home theater territory with the Samsung HWQ990C, a powerhouse that proves why Samsung dominates the Atmos game. This beast comes with 11.1.4 channels across 4 units, the main bar, a thunderous subwoofer, and rear speakers with both up and side-firing drivers. The result? A true 360-degree dome of sound that puts you right in the middle of the action. Fire up a Dolby Atmos movie and it's hard not to be impressed. Effects don't just come from the front. They wrap around, transition smoothly overhead, and fill the room so completely you almost forget you're in your living room. Dialogue is crisp, bass is deep but never bloated, and with SpaceFit Sound Pro auto-calibration, the system adapts itself to whatever room you place it in. That said, It has one big drawback: no 4K 120Hz HDMI pass-through. For gamers, that's a bit of a miss, though you can still connect your console directly to a TV and pass audio back via EARC. On the flip side, Samsung really improved music playback this time around, something its predecessors struggled with. So it's no longer just a movie machine. If you want theater-like immersion without the mess of an AV receiver and wired speakers, the Q990C is an absolute stunner. Yes, it's pricey, but once you hear it, you'll know exactly where the money went. Sliding into number 3, we have the Samsung HWQ800F, a soundbar that sits comfortably in Samsung's Q-series lineup, just below the flagship giants. This one packs a 5.1.2 channel setup with side-firing, up-firing speakers and a redesigned subwoofer that's both compact and surprisingly powerful. What's great here is balance. Dialogue stays front and center thanks to a dedicated channel, while explosions and music get a satisfying low-end punch from the sub. Features like SpaceFit Sound Pro and the active voice amplifier make a noticeable difference, automatically tuning audio to your room and lifting speech when background noise threatens to drown it out. Now, it's not perfect. Atmos effects are present, but they don't quite create that massive dome of sound you'd expect from higher-end systems. And while it supports 4K pass-through at 60 Hz, you won't find HDMI 2.1 here, so next-gen gamers might feel a little left out. But for movies, TV, and even music, the Q800F is rock solid. It's the kind of soundbar that feels like a real upgrade without jumping into flagship pricing. Sliding into the number 2 spot, we've got the Samsung HWQ990D, the 2024 flagship that still holds its ground. Think of it as the slightly older sibling of the Q990C, but with some tricks of its own. It also runs on 11.1.4 channels, supports wireless Dolby Atmos, and delivers jaw-dropping surround sound. Where it really shines is integration. Features like Q-Symphony and SpaceFit Sound Pro make setup seamless, and gamers will appreciate that it does support 4K 120Hz HDMI pass-through, something the newer Q990C skipped. That alone makes it a favorite for people running PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X setups. Now, the subwoofer is bigger and less discreet than the newer models, but it hits harder. The trade-off is space versus punch. If you've got the room, the Q990D is still an amazing deal, and arguably a smarter buy than some of the newer releases. It's proof that last year's flagship can still feel every bit as premium today. And finally, at number 1, the king of Samsung soundbars, the Samsung HWQ990F. This is Samsung's latest flagship, and while on paper it looks similar to the Q990D, the refinements make it feel like the most polished version yet. The standout change is the new compact dual-driver subwoofer. It's smaller, easier to place, but still delivers thunderous bass. And when you put it all together, 11.1.4 channels, wireless Atmos, and a whopping 23 speakers, the result is just stunning. Explosions ripple through the room, dialogue is razor-sharp, and Dolby Atmos music tracks feel like you're sitting in the studio. The Q990F also nails the little details. SpaceFit Pro calibration adapts perfectly to your room. The SmartThings app gives you granular control, and gaming performance is rock solid with 4K 120 Hz pass-through and ultra-low lag. Movies like The Batman sound massive, with the Batmobile's roar shaking the walls, while music feels more spacious than ever before. Sure, it's expensive, and some might say it's only a modest upgrade over the Q990D, but if you want the absolute best Samsung has to offer right now, the Q990F is the soundbar to beat. And there you have it, the 7 best Samsung soundbars, ranked from slim living room-friendly designs to full-blown Dolby Atmos powerhouses. So now I want to hear from you. Which one of these soundbars would you put in your living room? Are you team slim and stylish or team shake the walls with 11 channels? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the best home theater gear out there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.